Hey, what up guys, Major Pain here. Welcome back to another gameplay / commentary playing on C-Town Ground War Domination using the suppressed Scar. So before I start, I want to let all you guys know, if you guys didn't know, community manager for Infinity Ward, Robert Bowling, he tweeted yesterday saying that they're gonna add new game modes to Modern Warfare 3, and after reading this I was really shocked, because in the past they've never done this. Like, they've added maps, but game modes in general is just I haven't heard of. And I mean, I'm really looking forward to it, and before, a few things that I looked forward to ended up being bad. So I'm really hoping that this turns out to be good, because I would love to play some new, because I love the new modes they added in this game. They're amazing. Kill Confirmed and Team Defender, love them, because the mode that I loved the most in Black Ops was Headquarters, and they basically put a mix of Capture the Flag and Headquarters, except they took out the one part that I hated of Capture the Flag, was the spawn time. And so in Team Defender, basically all you gotta do is capture the flag, and then the longer you hold the flag, the more points you get. And so I loved Headquarters in Black Ops, but the only problem was you had to defend like a bomb site, and usually they were like in the middle of the map. Like, I can almost guarantee that I haven't played Headquarters in this game, but I can guarantee that the one for C-Town is probably in the damn right here in the middle of the map. And I mean, it gets hard to defend something like that. So them adding the fact, like adding where it's a flag, basically like you can take the flag wherever you want, and like, you know, set up shop wherever the hell you want. And that way, like, it benefits your team, because you're not trying to defend something in the middle of the map. Because, you know, after half your team dies, then, you know, 3 people left defending the very middle of the map gets kind of hard. But like, you can get in a room if you're playing Team Defender, just grab the flag, get in a room, and yeah. And so I'm really looking forward to these, and I hope that they're good. And I really hope also that if they are good, that they're in Ground War, because I play Ground War all the time. The only time I play anything but Ground War is usually after I hit level 70. I'll go to Kill Confirmed to level up. And so another thing I wanted to talk about is just guns in this game in general, and what kind of guns I like and what I really don't like. So there's some people that prefer guns with really high damage, and I mean, prefer would be, you know, really high damage, low recoil, and fast fire, but you're not going to find that. If you look for a gun that has high damage, you're most likely it's going to have recoil, and its fire rate isn't going to be very fast. So like the AK, really high damage, a lot of recoil, and not the best fire rate. Me personally, I prefer guns that I don't really care much for damage, but I want a gun to have range. I want a gun to have very little recoil and a fast fire rate. And so the gun that I could say fits that like the best from Black Ops would be the Commando. And then when I got this game, I said, hey, okay, what gun in this game is close to the Commando? And I got the ACR. And I love the ACR in Modern Warfare 2 also. And so I used to use, before I started getting into the ACR, like when I recorded this game, I used the Scar as my favorite gun. And it has good damage and it has good range, but its fire rate's not the best. And it ended up being like, a lot of the time I would lose that gunfight, because like if I got 1 or 2 more bullets, I would have killed the guy. And you know, if I'm not on a kill streak, it doesn't matter. But if I'm on a kill streak, it kind of gets to me. Like, I get really pissed if I'm like, you know, a kill away from my Osprey and a guy gets me with a submachine gun, but had I put like 1 or 2 more bullets in him, I would have killed him. And so the ACR kind of helps me with that, because it kind of puts, you know, it would put in that same situation, it would get those 1 or 2 more bullets out there. And so I'm not really much of a sub guy, because, you know, I like guns to have range. And so basically I'd say for me the ACR is the gun. And I haven't really tried the FAD, and because like a couple of my friends have told me you should try it out, it's a pretty good gun. But I mean, I'll try it out this Prestige, but I don't really think I'm gonna like it, just because it kind of like I like to use suppressors on my gun and kick so that I give it the like very minimal recoil that I possibly can, and I'd have to run a red dot on it because I've tried it before and I don't like the iron sight for it. So and then I'm gonna have to run 2 attachments if I want to put my suppressor on, which means I lose kick. And so and the CM901 is another. I like it. Like I can deal with the recoil on that, but its fire rate is just horrible. And so I really don't like the CM901. Like you had it before. It had a glitch where if you put an underbarrel on it, it would increase the fire rate, and I liked it at that time. But I think they either fixed it. Yeah, they fixed that already. So I mean. And so the final thing I want to talk about is basically kill streaks, and what kill streaks I like and what kill streaks I see are just like not worth working for. And so the kill streak, like my favorite kill streak in this entire game would be the Reaper, because I like it because of the fact, like, so you get 14 shots, it does almost as much damage as the Predator missile, not as much, but you know, fairly close. By the way, this is my first Osprey Gunner game, and I was lucky enough that after I got it, I put in my file share because I wouldn't have got it after. Because in Black Ops, I think it records 100 of your games. Then I think I definitely know it's not 100 in this game. But at least I'm happy though that at the very end of Black Ops, like lifespan or whatever, its theater mode started to go bad, where it wouldn't record the full match. And so even though, let's say just hypothetically, it records 50 of my games, if it records all 50 of them full, I'd take that rather than having 100 games where maybe, you know, 10 or 15 of them will be fully recorded. And so back to kill streaks, I really like the Reaper. And then basically I think yeah, the what do you call that little assault drone is a 10 kill streak, and I've used it before. Personally, I hate it. And so all the other kill streaks I think are good, but so the game's coming to an end, guys, so I'll continue this next time. So make sure to comment, rate, subscribe. Peace.